Good Monday morning. I don't know about you, but we have a lot of ice here in Missouri, but we're making it through. The thought that I have today is actually contributed by one of my listeners that I'd asked to help with the thought and song for the week. And this person has contributed a thought, but wants to remain anonymous. So I will respect that privacy. But we're going to take our thought from Esther chapter 8. Esther chapter 8, and hopefully I can deliver to you what this person shared with me. Esther chapter 8 and verse 1, that's where we'll start. On that day did the king Ahasuerus give the house of Haman, the Jews' enemy, unto Esther the queen. And Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her. And the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it unto Mordecai. And Esther set Mordecai over the house of Haman. And Esther spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman the Agagite, and his device that he had devised against the Jews. Then the king held out the golden scepter towards Esther. So Esther arose and stood before the king, and said, If it please the king, and if I have found favor in his sight, and the thing seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised by Haman, the son of Amathai the Agagite, which he wrote to destroy the Jews, which are all the king's provinces. So what we really want to dwell in is on verse number 4, when it says, the king held out the golden scepter towards Esther. And Esther arose and stood before the king. You see, even though Esther by this time had been made the queen, even she had to find the approval of the king for the king to listen what she had to say. You couldn't just go in and start talking to the king and approach the king without his approval. And when he would hold his scepter out, that showed that he had gave you favor, or he had gave you permission to speak, and he would lend an ear to hear what you had to say. He was listening. You had found favor in the king's sight. So here in this text, even the queen, even Esther, had to find favor with the king, and the king had to hold his scepter out for Esther to have permission to talk. Let me tell you today that we have found favor with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. This thing that we call mercy and grace. Let me tell you that we had no right, and by all rights, we was not worthy enough to come to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. But because of mercy and grace, we have found favor with God. We have found his ear, and he listens to our heart's cry because of mercy and grace. In Romans chapter 8 and verse 15, he spoke to Moses and said, I will have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I have compassion. So let me tell you, I'm glad today that I have found his mercy. I have found his grace. And we should never take lightly the mercy and grace that we have found in God. We should never take for granted the grace and mercy that we have found with God and the favor that we have found with God. This contributor wanted me to play the song after this thought. This is Lord, I'm Amazed by You by ORU.
Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. How You love me. Come on, sing that again. Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. How You love me. Sing how and how deep, how great is Your love for me. Ooh, how wide, how deep, how great is Your love for me. And Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. How You love me. Lord, I'm amazed. Oh, we join with the angels and sing. Lord, I'm amazed, amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. How You love me. Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. Lord, I'm amazed by You. How You